Ow. Alright guys, for today's video, we're back inside the Z28, and what we're going to be looking at today is this hatch remote pop button switch thing here. Ever since I got the car, this has not been working, so I'm assuming that this button itself is just dead, like maybe the contactor inside of it has broken off or something like that. So we're going to mess with this, try and diagnose the situation and see if we need to replace this switch or if it's maybe something else. So first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to need to actually be able to get the switch out to be able to get to the connections on the backside. We do not need to remove the entire console lid. All we really need to do is just remove the shifter plate. Now, if you have an automatic, your shift knob, there will be on the front side a little notch inside the knob, depending on what type you have. You take a little screwdriver and pry out a little horseshoe clip and it'll slide off. Being that this is a stick car, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to twist my knob. Just going to twist it, get that out of the way. Okay. And then we will just remove the 6 Torx bits going around here. They're T15s, so you just need a T15 Torx bit. And we'll just twist these out really quick. And these things, they should be, you shouldn't really need any like wrench or anything, ratchet to get these out, because they should not be down that tight. If someone has managed to put them down that tight, then they probably have broken all the plastic that surrounds the holes. So it should come off relatively easily. All right. Now if you have an automatic, you're going to want to make sure you got the car to the key on, so you can actually push down the button and slide the shifter out of the way, or move the shifter back and forth so the gate can actually slide as you lift this up. Being that it's a stick, you don't necessarily have to worry about that. You just kind of lift it up, pull that off, set that out of the way. Now we got to get this button out. So push on it, reach down in here, push it up. Okay, there'll be locks on either side. You got to squeeze. Okay, so there's 2 connectors in here, right, that will latch onto this, and inside here this should move a kind of like a flat plate, I guess it would be. I haven't really opened this up, but it'll contact from the power coming in to the power going to the hatch. At least I'm assuming it's not labeled which is which. I'm assuming that the orange end is the power coming in and the red is going to the hatch signal. I'm not sure. I'm hearing a noise. Hang on. Okay, I appear. Well, I think we can hear that my switch is good. I'm guessing I had a bad connection in here. So, let's check on that. These have a little bit of a kind of like a pressure clip here, like an old school style, where there's a notch in the side that's supposed to go and lock onto these tabs, I guess. So I'm assuming here then that what it is my connector here has too much play in it. So there should be a way to pop this clip out to see, or I may not even be able to need to do that. I do have a pick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these contactors together from either side to kind of close it down. You probably can't see in there, but there's little contactors in there that slide onto this right here on either side. I'm going to make sure that they are nice and tight in there. Same for this one. Okay. So I do not think it was a switch thing. I think it was actually a loose connection in my connectors here that was causing all my issue. What the plan was, I was going to show you, is that if you think this is dead, in fact, you can look, hold it right there. If you see the slots going inside there, you see the contactor moving inside. I'm assuming you can see that. I can't tell. Maybe. But what we were going to do to test this was we were going to jump the connections, and I was going to use like a the new age paper clip, MacGyver style. Since I don't have actual paper clips here, and I was just going to bridge between the two like this. See if we can make it happen. You hear that? So all I'm doing is I'm jumping connection from here to here, and if you were having an issue to where you were pressing this switch and nothing would happen, you would do what my plan was, take this out, and then go from one connection and one connector to the other side. And if you hear that unlocking sound, you will know that your switch is in fact bad, and all you would have to do is order yourself a new switch and install it. Mine, obviously, is a connection issue, so hopefully that doing what I did would have solved the problem. Now I forgot which one was which way. I'm thinking it was this way. Nope. Oh, there's a lot. It only slides in one way. Like that. Okay. All right, well, there we go. Well, my issue is solved. Apparently, I just had a loose connection in here. All right. I'm going to just slide these up as high as possible to make sure they got a good bite inside the connector, and then I'm going to reinstall it. So if you had the same issue and you were going to check and make sure that the switch is bad, this is how you go about doing it. You would just install it the way I just showed you and pop it back in, and then just reinstall your however your consoles came out, put it back together, and that is that. And it's a pretty quick diagnosis, pretty quick fix. So all right, guys, that's all I got for you today. If you have any questions, I mean, feel free to ask, but that's it. Nice and quick. All right, guys, like, comment, subscribe to all that stuff, and I will see you next time.